If you feel like you always getting the short end of the stick, and I'm familiar with that place. I used to carry that frequency. Not just because I used to carry it, because I was really experiencing it. But if you somebody that come across this message, you feel like you always receiving the short end of the stick, whatever that may mean to you, I want to ask you a question to change your perception. Why do you keep grabbing it? If you feel like you always receive the short end of the stick, at some point of time, at some point of the patterns, at some point of the repetition, you gotta ask yourself, at some point of seeing this same program and finding yourself in that same space, and I'm emphasizing the open locks, you gotta ask yourself at some point, you're gonna have to turn that flashlight on yourself at some point and ask yourself some type of questions. But the question I want to ask you is, why do you keep grabbing it? Why you keep grabbing the short end? Because when I asked myself that question, I became the master of my situations. I became the controller of my situations. What do I mean by that? I became the master of my situation because in the opportunity that anything happens, I have a choice. I became the controller of my situations because in any moment that anything happens in a moment, I have the power of choice. Now, if you wasn't listening, you just missed it. Recognize the patterns. Recognize the programs. And in choosing something better, you're reaching for something better. Stillness in abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. I know it's been a minute, and I don't have no excuse. I don't have no excuse. We working. So I don't have no excuse. If you working, if you busy, whatever that may mean, then you resonate exactly with what I'm saying. But we still at it. Shadow work. Shadow work too is part of the work. Shadow work will bring some illumination to your situation. And the more you practice it, the more you perfect it. And the more you perfect it, the better you perform. But it takes you to do it. And if not you, who? Because I can't do it for you. Sawu can't do it for you. My name is Sawu. For those of you who are new, my new subscribers, I see y'all. Stillness in abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. 3 times to the family. I hope y'all feeling good. I feel good. I feel I'm very grounded. I'm very calm. I'm in a very poised place. I've been really, exercising and practicing being very still. Y'all probably heard me say it a week or so ago, but I've been practicing being very still. The shifts are what they are. The shift's gonna be what they are. The movement is movement, Emotion, energy, and motion is gonna do what it do. Things are speeding up. We're going into a seasonal change. Life is speeding up. And we're responsible to keep up with what life is doing. We're responsible to keep up with what life is doing. We'll be surprised. Y'all will be surprised I'm not as much as I may have used to be, but y'all will be surprised how many people living life is not up to speed with their life. What's going on in them is the controller, unconscious controller of what's going on externally. If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. What's going on, we have people on the planet that what's going on in them is the unconscious controller of what's going on externally. And it's more of them than it is of us. If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. But shadow work will bring some illumination to our situations. Fortunately in life, concerning certain things, when we're not satisfied with conditions, with results, with experiences, due to the fact that we have choice, you get an opportunity to do it over. Some things, certain things. Not everything, but certain things, some things. But there's many things that we can't. There's many things that we can't. So, and whatever that says to you, and whatever that speaks to you, be appreciative. Be grateful. Be thankful for the things that you do have an opportunity to do over, to enhance, to upgrade, and do everything in your power to do just that. Enhance, upgrade, improve. Because for life itself, we don't get a do-over. We don't get a repeat. Depending on what you believe, you may get to come back and do it again. But you don't get no repeat while you're here. And when it comes to the people that comes in and out of our lives, according to how we treat them, or according to how they treat us, they don't get do-overs. They don't get repeats. In some cases, in some situations, based on the condition of the infraction, we do forgive, we do reconcile. But in a lot of cases, especially in how times is, these wicked times that we're in today, many people is not in the space, let alone a place to deserve a do-over or a repeat in your life. So I ain't even gotta tell you about mine. But just to move on, I was in the dentist's office the other day, and we was having a conversation, you know, like we do every 6 months. And I was made aware of how many people not only don't go to the dentist, but don't go to doctors in general. Now, being a black man, I was always aware that black people do this, and we wait till we about to die before we go seek help. But I was being given a more cultural view outside of my own skin and present embodiment. And I found out that it don't matter what race, you know, you are, we are. People of all ethnic backgrounds have the same capacity to do that same thing. And the more I thought about it, you know, the more I saw how many people that I personally knew over the years, you know, grandmothers, great-grandmamas, great-uncles, great-aunties, so forth and so on. We practice. We pass on the same bad habits that we practice. I'm gonna say it again, we practice, but yet we pass on the same bad habits that we have practiced. And in the present generations, we do the same thing. People don't go to the doctor. People don't get checkups at all. Period. At least not to something wrong or you're damn near about to die. And we gotta stop doing that, man. And in a lot of cases, when I further looked into it, I want to say it again, we gotta stop doing that. But when I further looked into it, and the reason that I want to stress again, we gotta stop doing that because it ain't even it ain't even that we can't afford it. That might have been the excuse back in the days, but that ain't the excuse today. I don't got insurance. That might have been the excuse back in the days, but that ain't the excuse today. Because our ancestors, where it apply, don't fault for so many things, for us to have a lot of things that even if you don't have the money, the monetary supplement to afford that thing, it's still another way for you to get what you need, even if you don't have the money, even if you don't have the money to be able to afford the insurance or to be able to pay for the doctor visit in cash itself. So we ain't got no excuse, family. We ain't got no excuse, you know. Because if you ain't got it, Medicaid got you. You hear me? So we ain't got no excuse. Regardless of all the insistence, people won't go see what's wrong with them, what's going on in them. And my question is, why? My question is, why? See, that's a short end of the stick that we can't place blame on nobody else for. I'm gonna say it again. See, we back to the short end of the stick. For everybody who was wondering, what was the short end of the analogy of the short end of the stick? Where was it going? We give ourselves the short end of the stick. But why we keep grabbing it? Why we keep grabbing it? While y'all think about that, I'm gonna flip a card. When I got tired of the short end of the stick, I stopped grabbing and I started paying attention to the situations and the patterns and the programs that would have me in the short end of the stick situation because I was making the same choice. So until I changed my choices, when I changed my choices, the length of the stick I received changed. If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. We got another 3. Fertility, creativity, ideation, pregnancy. You know, pregnancy. Not necessarily biological pregnancy, but the birth of an idea. Fertile with ideation, fertile with creative power to manifest. What are y'all fertile with? What are y'all full of? Because if you fertile, you on full. You hear me? If you fertile, you on full. See the heart chakra lit up. She poised, she calm. She got everything circulating. You hear me? See what fertility. The fertility being want to say to us. Through this card, the manifestation of growth is on the horizon. You're the creator. And the seeds that have been planted in the past, whether they were happiness, comfort, abundance, prosperity, family, children, ideas, or even thoughts, are now ready to give birth into your world. Be patient as you watch your seeds take root and grow. Nurture them as they become strong and healthy. I love synchronization. Open yourself to the life force of the universe. This card also represents femininity and Mother Earth, who is calling to you. The arms of her beauty are reaching out. She wants to embrace you on her seashores, mountains, forests, gardens. Go to her and meet her halfway. Acknowledge that the same energy that makes up the heavens, earth, plants, animals, and mineral kingdom is also a part of you. Start nurturing yourself. Start taking care of yourself. Something wrong? Go get a checkup. Start nurturing yourself and infuse your soul with love and compassion, self-care. Soon others will see and feel your devotion. As you interact with others around you, now and in the future, or even if you're in the midst of solving a problem, use gentle care and kindness as you handle such situations. This isn't a time for you to be inconsiderate, possessive, domineering, forceful, or pushy. Act from the loving space of your heart center. The benevolent energy that resides there will assist you in making sacrifices in order to care for and help others, as well as yourself. This card represents the Empress card in a traditional tarot deck. Be fertile. Be still. And be aware. Stillness in abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Thanks for the likes, thanks for the shares, thanks for the unlikes, thanks for the subscribes, thanks for the comments, thanks for the questions, thanks for those who make purchases. Thank you for being you. Thank you for allowing me to be me. And I'll tap in with y'all later. Peace, family. Salud.